The China-Japan tech war begins, rare earths and semiconductors in the crosshairs. Today, we unpack the recent significant deterioration in China-Japan relations, a stark pivot from diplomatic exchanges to concrete economic measures. The timeline of events began in late 2025 when Japanese Prime Minister Takeshi Sani made remarks explicitly linking Taiwan's security to Japan's own survival crisis and hinting at potential intervention in the Taiwan Strait. China viewed this as a severe provocation directly challenging its core interests. Instead of retracting these statements, the Japanese government proceeded to approve a record-high defense budget of approximately 9.04 trillion yen for the 2026 fiscal year. In direct response, on January 6, 2026, China's Ministry of Commerce announced a sweeping ban on the export of all dual-use items, goods with both civilian and military applications, to Japanese military end users or for any purpose that enhances Japan's military capabilities. The very next day, January 7, China launched an anti-dumping investigation into key chemical imports from Japan, and reports surfaced of Chinese companies suspending new contracts for rare earth elements with Japanese partners. This series of actions marks a rapid and serious escalation. Let's delve into the specific measures. China's primary action is a comprehensive, principle-based export control. It's not limited to a short list but covers over 900 types of items, from critical raw materials like specific rare earths, tungsten, and gallium to software and technologies. The target is Japan's entire military-industrial infrastructure. This is a direct counter to what analysts describe as Japan's long-standing civilian-embedded defense strategy, where military production is deeply integrated within private industrial giants. The F-15 fighter jet, for instance, which has frequently interfered with Chinese military exercises, is produced under license by a consortium of Japanese companies led by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. China's move aims to cut off the foundational materials that power this system. Japan's reaction has been one of protest, citing the measures as deviating from international practice, while its financial markets, particularly sectors like defense and new energy, reacted with immediate pressure. To understand the depth of the current friction, we must look back. The relationship is layered with a complex history. From the signing of the first modern equal treaty in 1871, relations swiftly descended into a century marked by Japanese expansionism, invasion, and the profound suffering of World War II. The landmark normalization in 1972, led by leaders like Tanaka Kakui, was a monumental turn, ending a state of hostility and opening a chapter of peace and development. For decades, this fostered deep economic interdependence, with trade growing from billions to hundreds of billions of dollars. However, the political foundation has remained fragile, tested repeatedly by issues like historical interpretations, territorial disputes, and most critically, Taiwan. In recent years, Japan's strategic documents have increasingly labeled China a strategic challenge, and its security posture has shifted in tandem with U.S. strategy in the Indo-Pacific. The current friction is not an isolated event but the acute manifestation of these accumulating strategic divergences. The international situation adds another dimension of complexity. We are in an era of major global transformation. The U.S.-led alliance system, with Japan as a key pillar, is actively shaping a strategic posture in the Asia-Pacific. Japan's recent security shifts and increased defense budgets are often framed within this alliance context. Simultaneously, the global economic landscape is uncertain, and the international trading system faces protectionist pressures. In this environment, China's use of economic tools to respond to what it sees as core security threats reflects a calculated approach to uphold its interests within the framework of international rules. Looking to the future, the path is fraught with both risk and necessity. The immediate economic impact on Japan could be significant. Analyses suggest a potential reduction in GDP and job losses if key material supplies are disrupted. In the long term, unmanaged escalation risks fracturing regional supply chains and solidifying a confrontational bloc politics in Asia. However, the cost of conflict is prohibitively high for both nations and the world. The sheer scale of intertwined economic interests, with thousands of Japanese companies deeply invested in China, creates a powerful incentive for stability. The real task ahead is for diplomacy to find a way forward. This requires Japan to earnestly reflect on its actions regarding Taiwan and history, and for both sides to return to the foundational principles of their four political documents. The road to rebuilding trust will be long, but as history shows, even after the deepest conflicts, dialogue and a shared commitment to peace are the only ways to secure a stable future for these two great Asian neighbors.